$40 million divorce. Mr. Hunter. $40 million.
Could Travis Hunter be preparing to drop the biggest bomb of the NFL season? A shocking mid-season transfer? The chatter right now has nothing to do with strategy, stats, or contracts. It's about something far messier. Word is, this move has zero connection to playbooks or trades, and everything to do with his wife. Lyanna, whispers, say one of his own Jaguars teammates may have gotten far too close to her. And when I say too close, you already know exactly what that means. This isn't a friendly sideline hug or a casual chat. These are the kind of rumors that can blow up a marriage and split a locker room in half. The timing is what makes it even more explosive. We're not talking about an off-season trade or a quiet end-of-year shuffle. This would be a full-blown mid-season detonation right when the team needs him most. The streets are saying this isn't about sports at all. It's personal, it's messy, and it's the kind of scandal that makes even veteran players look at the floor and keep moving. If even half of what's being whispered is true, Travis walking away might be the least dramatic part of this whole saga. We've got resurfaced clips, locker room side-eyes, and a marriage that's been showing cracks for months. And let's be honest, when a pro athlete jumps teams mid-season over personal drama, that's not just sports news. That's the kind of headline that refuses to die. Sure, players move all the time, chasing bigger deals, better playoff chances, or fresh starts. But the way this is unfolding, this one feels different. Travis Hunter was hyped as one of the Jaguars' cornerstone players, someone fans thought would own that position for years. Suddenly, he's packing his bags in the middle of the season, not at year's end, not during a clean trade window. Right now, without warning, and when something like this happens, everyone's first question is, what really went down? If this was just football, we'd hear the standard PR lines, it's business. I'm ready for a new opportunity. I'm focused on my career. Instead, silence. No press statement, no social media, not even a cryptic emoji. That silence from Travis is exactly why fans are side-eyeing the whole thing, especially when you remember how loud and proud he was on draft day, talking about the future, the city, the fans. Now, radio silence. That's why the internet detectives are clocked in 24/7, tearing through Reddit threads, Twitter receipts, and TikTok breakdowns like they're hunting buried treasure. Screenshots are flying, old videos are being and theories are multiplying by the hour. And no matter where you look, Reddit, Twitter, TikTok, the same theory keeps coming up. This isn't about his performance on the field, it's about his personal life, and it's ugly. More specifically, the rumor that a teammate crossed a serious line with Lyanna. If true, we're not just talking about bad optics, we're talking career-altering drama and friendships turned to ash overnight. At first, it was all sly hints and vague comments, stuff like, check the roster or look who she's been hanging with. But then, fans started dropping names. Suddenly, this wasn't just gossip. The story now is that a certain Jaguars player got way too comfortable with Lyanna, and the way people describe it, it wasn't some innocent misunderstanding. It's the kind of thing where you don't even need the full story. The look in the room tells you everything. Still, nobody's confirmed anything. The team, dead silent. Travis, not a word. Lyanna, vanished. No posts, no captions. Not even a passive-aggressive quote. The only breadcrumb fans have is an old interview, where she said she keeps her marriage strong by not letting social media dictate it. And let's be real, that's an interesting choice of words when the internet is ripping your name apart, but you know how the internet works. Stay quiet and people assume you're hiding something. That silence. It just poured gasoline on the fire. What really set this story on fire wasn't just the rumor, it was how perfectly it lined up with something fans saw months ago. That old clip of Lyanna leaning in, chatting with a Jaguars player, it's back on loop. And this time, people are analyzing it like it's security footage. Every smile, every lean, every glance dissected like evidence. And here's what's stinging Jaguars fans. If the player in that clip is the same one being whispered about now, this tension didn't start yesterday. It's been simmering for months. Maybe that's why the team's vibe started feeling off. The warning signs were there. If you knew where to look.
I did do some Zillow researching for a house last night, so I had a feeling.
I'm sure you have talked to everybody about playing both ways, offense and defense. What are we thinking? Is there, you're leaning towards one more than the other, or do you really want to go 100% both ways?
Nah, I'm not leaning to one or the other. You know, I'm going 100%. As much as they put on my plate, I'm going to do the best that I can to, take it all in and, do my job.
Awesome. Congratulations,
love it.
Travis. Enjoy.
Nah, you're close. You're shooting through the black. Lean over the left.
The other side of that sled.
You started hearing those quiet reports, practices feeling tense, players not clicking like they used to, and even fans picking up on the change. Guys who once joked and laughed with Travis on the sidelines weren't hanging around him anymore. No public shouting matches, no obvious meltdowns. Just that slow, uneasy shift that screams something's wrong. Even during pressers, you could sense it, that careful, measured tone, like everyone was stepping around a landmine. Nobody's outright saying, yeah, there's drama, but the vibe is completely different. The team's wearing the everything's fine mask, but when you watch closely, Travis isn't the same. He's not cracking jokes, not dapping up teammates like before. On the sidelines, he's often alone, helmet in hand, gaze locked somewhere far away. And if that rumor about a teammate and Lyanna has even a shred of truth, suddenly it all clicks. How do you practice, travel, and share a locker room with someone you can't even look in the eye? That's when this stopped feeling like a football story and started reading like a messy, behind-the-scenes drama you can't stop watching. If the locker room was tense, home wasn't exactly as safe haven either. This kind of tension doesn't stay on the field, it follows you to the car, the kitchen, the dinner table, even the stands. Fans began noticing those tiny, telling moments. A stiff hug, a turned head, a sharp glance. No words needed. The body language said it all. Now, every clip, every photo, every game day sighting gets dissected like evidence. There's that wedding clip, Travis leans in, Lyanna turns her head quick. If you've seen it, you remember the awkwardness. Instantly, then the game day shot. The two sitting in the stands, faces tight, voices low, camera panning by at just the wrong moment. Not a blowout fight, just that tense exchange couples have when they're completely out of sync. Stack those moments next to the teammate rumors, the silent Instagram feeds, and the zero public interaction, and it stops feeling random. It starts looking like a pattern, not hard proof, but constant, unshakable pressure. For Travis, every snap at practice probably comes with that voice in the back of his head. What are people saying now? For Lyanna, every public sighting turns into a comment section breakdown of her smile, his posture, the inches between them, and before anyone writes it off as overthinking. These are the same red flags fans have quietly clocked for months. Not enough to scream it's over, but enough to say one thing loud and clear. Something's definitely off. That kind of slow burn tension doesn't just appear, it stacks, brick by brick, until there's nowhere left to hide. And just when it seemed like Travis and Lyanna were trying to ride it out quietly, Travis began changing his routine in ways no one could miss. The guy who was once everywhere, charity events, nights out with friends, random fan meets, suddenly wasn't. This was the approachable star who'd pop up in off-season videos, laughing, relaxed, living life. And now, he's nowhere to be found.
Name on you so I know it's real. Tap my fucking name on you so I know it's real.
Come with me to my husband's first open practice. There's actually been like 2 or 3, but I've been out of town for both of them because
Lately, nothing. No casual hangouts, no fan meets, no goofy off-field clips. It's like Travis has vanished from the public eye, and when he does show up, the difference is obvious. No Lyanna, no easygoing smile, just that locked-in faraway stare, like his body's there, but his mind's miles away. People notice, especially when a pro athlete once lived so openly. Fans started wondering if he was pulling away not just from his wife, but from the entire world they'd built together. Maybe this wasn't about dodging one teammate, but avoiding certain situations altogether. And the timing couldn't have been worse. Right as he went low profile, the Lyanna rumors exploded online. Instead of shutting it down, Travis stayed silent, letting speculation snowball. For some fans, that was the giveaway. He'd already made up his mind. Then came the next rumor. He and the teammate at the center of it all finally clashed. It allegedly happened after practice. No cameras, but close enough for others to feel the tension. No one's naming names or quoting lines, but with rumors like these, you don't need a script to guess the topic. That's when whispers turned into inevitability. A trade, a split, maybe both, because you can't share a field or a locker room when the air's that thick. And once fan spaces caught wind, it didn't feel like gossip anymore. It felt like confirmation without anyone saying a word. Meanwhile, Lyanna's silence grew louder. No posts, no game day appearances, no behind-the-scenes moments. For someone who'd always kept at least a small public presence, her total disappearance was impossible to miss. This didn't feel like a social media break. It felt like she'd pulled the plug on public life entirely. Officially, nothing. But behind the scenes, the whispers only got stronger. And by then, the question wasn't if Travis would leave, it was how. Right now, Travis says nothing. Lyanna's keeping her head down, and the Jaguars are locked on, no comment. Which means the only way this blows wide open is if someone finally talks. And if that happens, the transfer won't be the headline. The reason will.